Uh, Good morning, folks. It's 10:24 a.m. on the eighth month. Excuse me. I should just start this fucker all over again. Hey, it's today, eighth month, the 30th day, 2025, and I'm looking at here is this is the long-term totals, which is in New Zealand's got two big events coming. So I'm going to go right to the meat and potatoes on this and talk about both of those events, and I'll let you know what's going to go on. And guys, over the weekend. In New Zealand, you got two events. What you hear there is I had them actually make notes because this is kind of complicated. So the first event is going to start about the first of the month, but it's precisely at around dawn on the 30th New Zealand time, which is Sunday. So I'm going to go right to you. We ain't gonna waste much time on this. So here's what's about the starting of that event. So we'll backtrack just slightly. And then while this is rolling through, I'll verify and that it's actually gone live and give myself a little sound check because I'm using my headphones for the sound. Hey, it says I'm live, current vibe. Is he on live?
Good morning, folks.
Yeah, that sounds okay. I can live with that. And hello to Sarah as well. And everyone. God bless you all, everyone. There, how we've set it. So I'm going to set that where I can see it. Yeah, I'm locating my phone while this has been running past for you. And so coming at about 12 noon on at dawn on Sunday, it's going to be about right about here. You start getting the Claverns as the low parks right over the top of Cook Strait area, and then somehow it doesn't pass through Wellington and all that. Like the low goes right over the top, skirting like the volcano field down over in this area through here. And so that means the sticky up bits, as the wind is going from the south towards this area here like that. If I put on the particle animation, you'll get to see the particles. Yes, it's really going to be some very, very gusty conditions that I'm expecting to see as this thing rolls past, which I'll show you now. As this is important for the vehicles, and that event I expect to be over uh, with fair quick time. It should also last till Tuesday, and so let me get the gush up. And you see like this here, now you ain't gonna be wanting to travel through there at moments when that's going on, right? So watch yourselves, watch your travels, you know, and the lack thereof is always the safest solution during times when such terrible winds are going on. But if you're headed towards some area to do some stuff, you might want to go earlier to be able to be there more safely. Yeah, you got a little bit of time, and this is the gusts. The regular winds at the full on, it's handleable right now. But there's coming a time where you're not gonna be able to do this crushing. They'll wisely shut that down. It's not considered what you call a climate lockdown if for an emergency situation to ask you to stay at home and be safe. We used to do that in North Carolina all the time. When the Cat 5s and 4s are coming over the top of Hatteras, they tell you, you're on your own now. We ain't putting none of our workers out there. Yeah, we want all our people safe and home. Yeah, you see this, Auckland? This is full on wind. So you got big winds coming to your area, 67 km an hour coming through. It's nothing to shake a stick at, and that's as you're going into the overnight hours. Well, this exact time here should put it right around 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday in the Auckland area. Yeah, I'm doing these calculations in my head. I've been there. It's one beautiful place. Everybody says, why do you give a shit about New Zealand? I said, why don't you go outside and take a look? And if you don't like what you're seeing, well, fucking go pick some of the garbage out. Because it's a beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful. You, and some people, all they want to do is look at one little piece of poo on the windshield instead of the view that they could get out the rest of it. And so that's what I think about that. So very windy conditions to be expected in this storm. As I go through to its fruition, that was really the heated moment. Is when it butted up against those sticky up bits, as I call them. It's just how that works. I can make a sticky up bit out of EMF. So I look at things different. Areas of lift. As I look at here, you won't see too much on the radar from right now. I can tell you that because they don't show nothing. Here's your infrared current conditions. Yeah, most of the heavy showers and stuff are still off coast. It just started to see just a couple tickles here coming in the New Plymouth, and those lines of EMF are telling me they're holding the flow still. You see the EMF right through here. I didn't load up the big sat view because it was just not a. I forgot. I was like, because that would have been another hour and a half to prepare for a show, and I just want to get the warnings out. So we're going to go down and roll through the event number 2. Oh, you want to see how cold it's going to get? Oh, my. Yeah, it's going to be, your chesticles are going to be sticking up, that's for sure. Everybody's chesticles, yes, it's going to get nipply out there. Look at that. Oh, and that'll be at about it's sundown. Oh, on Saturday night. Oh, this starry night. I don't know. You might be getting Ken Bomb Shardy Skies instead to take that away. Yeah, you can't even commune with the ancestors. That became the starlight. What is that? That's a fucking shame. Absolute shame. See the cold's coming through? Oh, boy. Well, you know why it's cold? It's called winter time. Yeah, it's winter. You know, remember that season called winter? But look how cold it is and it passes. You know, hard rubber tires are more prone to slipperinesses. So the sticky up bits here, you can see. They'll have to use a beam to cut that to bring it across. So I'll be expecting one to probably be coming down like that, and New Plymouth to shooting out like that. And that should bring this event to going on. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of EMF involved to move that along. And as we go through the rest of the times, so winter's there, so it's going to get cold, right? You ready for that? Hey, so we zoomed on through the Tuesday. It's been fairly relentless. It's going to lead to some fair totals. Which I take you to there now. Because I'm just trying to get this done. Because I feel like I'm preaching to the choir sometimes. Anyway, who wants to do that? I'd rather go feed peanuts to the squirrels. I'm the peanut man. He's gone fucking loopy. He said he was goobers in his head. Oh my, look at these toes. I don't like seeing it. Do you? Well, you don't want to see it all the way over to here then, do you? That's a second event. Watch this go away. Hi. Till Tuesday. Then you come over to here. And you get again the same fuck. Same again. Because on yours starts again on the 5th. I'm right at the moment of the Suerte de Muerte. So your first event is really going to go from... It's sundown on Sunday the 30th, New Zealand, on through till Tuesday. And it's going to be very gusty, windy, cold, and very wintry. Very wintry. Remember, I ain't going to be painting maps weird colors. And it looks like you get about damn near the same mountain batch twice. Starting there on the 5th. And this will be, again, a South Island event as well as the North. And if we add it all up, and this is the length of the event itself. I've actually put it on it. Through until Tuesday. So your entire weekend next week is just going to be wet, moist, deep. You get deep in thought in winter time, don't you? Yeah, the snows down here might get fair deep. That's what I said deep for. I'll show you. Here's some of your new snows to be expected. Yeah, down here just during this event here. Yeah, they're calling another hotspot down here for some very, very heavy totals. It's 76 centimeters. Arthur's Pass, yeah, is a lot of snow expected around you too during this event. Hey, so watch yourselves out there on the roads. Winds, snow, and people. Very often lead to terrible accidents. So watch yourselves on the roads. But go do what you got to do. Right, I'm shipping over to New Zealand now. I told you. It getting bad. So your totals on the totals was quite nasty. So if I go just from here today over to the end of that one event, that's a lot of rain. That's a lot for this area. So these rivers will be running. And mostly it's because it butts up on this side. It looks like there'll be a lot of EMF on making a density wall to the eastern side of those ranges, whatever you I'm sure you got a cool name for them. Yeah, the various passes that have difficult time passes because in the sky I see some gases. You should see what they put on you today. Look at this is the EMF. That's why I said I didn't pause too much on it. So I'll give you a good little canoodle of this one with Mr. Squeaks over here. Yeah, we'll have good weather. So whoop, that went my notes. I had there was so much information to write down today. Hey, Brizzy and all that, if you're then tuning in for that, right, here's the steps move. I'm going to just line this out. Okay, the steps are here. They walk in it right around. So they put up a scalar square field right around here. Look at the EMF. Bzz, 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 bzz. So all the fryer lines right there. So all the good flow has got to come through here and all that. And well, the seasonings to kill the dreams is all in this one spot. Okay, so if I gotta have to zoom that in a bit for you, okay, so you get a clearer image of the whole incredible Kambamianess that went on over here over the. That's a heavenly named place. My gosh, look at the chem streamers here and here and here, just streaming off. Reflected sunlight. Look at the pattern. It's like this over here, and the chemtrail right here underneath Ashburton. See that right there? That's chemtrail. These are chemtrails. Look at this RC. Here you get a circle, right? And inside that you'll see stuff that looks like this. I'm just drawing it. Just squiggle lines. That's the Jewish Chai. It's like they drawn letters. There's the W. That's the A in the beginning. This is, I see Hebrew writing in your skate. But that's effect. Yeah, I'll show you later on. So they're working moisture here. Remember when the guy told you that move only occurred over land? Mr. Meteorologist, I will introduce you to Sawtooth Waveform. Yeah, that's frequency. That's a classic. That isn't even the stat moves. It's telling me what frequency this is. And I'm just drawing it. Okay. Would you call that a corridor of flow? I would. Why is it windy? Yeah, why did the whales beach? Because we infrasonically undulated their environment. That's just your basics again, you know. We could look at our maps. It was horrendous. Quite a few places had some really weird looking Kemi-Wemi clouds over here. Was it Schmalberg had nearly a swastika over here, or is that the figure on a cross over there? I don't know. Is that a dingus? Oh no, it's Popeye blowing out some smoke. See it right here, the head blowing out a puff. Yeah, well, the devil heads in the juice. Look at that down there. That's not a naturally occurring cloud formation, is what I'm pointing out. And my Imaginarium is trying to say something silly because this, when I watched the gas chamber come over to these people here, it gave me a really lovely 60th birthday to remember in Alberts Park down here. And I see this, I go, oh wow. Yeah, it's. And again, I see the geoengineering over here is very evident. But let me zoom it back a bit. So we'll go over this just a little bit. And I'll go on to your forecast a bit. This is the only city that's really experiencing any major weather during the weekend. It's almost like they weather bombed you in advance. All this EMF and breathe all this stuff, you're going to have lethargy. The waveform is actually pushing that direction here. I can tell by when you see a curve like that. The impetus pushed it that way, center of the waveform. Probably looks like it's coming from right about here. Because I got another one triangulating straight at. Hey, G-Long, got a radar over here? Didn't take me long to figure that one out. So that's moving that way. It's a big push, and even inside that image, you can see a scalar square here as well. And I look off the coast, you see the chemical catalyst here. That's a cluster bomb. See it like a square, and then tendrils coming all off it in every direction. How many directions of the wind? I'm just spiking that out. He's like, you SpongeBob out there hunting jellyfish? People even believe it. You got a fire down here. See that brown right there? I don't know. I didn't turn on the fire things this morning because what concerned me was this. What the hell is this? First you see it's in a field that's a hexagonal field. Right? And inside that, Cambam, you have a vehicle here. Some kind of a craft. Practicing its craft. That's totally Cambammed up. Or are they performing ritualistic magic over these beautiful people? It doesn't look very friendly here, does it? It's very demonic looking in the center, I have to say. Yeah. Look at that. It's actually, there's a vehicle right there. And what I see going on is, you see the little square thing here? Could be a platform on a big balloon. And this streamer and our stuff shoots a flare out or something. Then that falls down. And so we'll see the spreading another cluster here. There was a really big one off the coast of Queensland. It was really, really obvious to me. Or has there been a rocket launch? You see this one here? Yeah, right off of the coast of Cairns. Can you see it? Can you dig it? Don't do it. The can, opening up a can of something until we will have to open up that can of what? Whoop-ass. That's right. And then at that point, Captain, it's say no, showed no mercy. Isn't that what they said? Look at these squares here. Look at these squares. See them? But you see them all pointing towards something here. That's got its own craft. It's a thing like that. Whether it's on the sea or in the sky, is something we all deserve an honest answer to. I just know if I look through the center of this here right now, and remove some of this doo-doo squiggles. Look at that. Look at that. Maybe we can zoom in a little more, I bet. Hi. Do that again. Hi. Look at that. You think all things are always looping around like that? Now something came and it's fallen. It turns as it goes towards the ground. Things tend to rotate. But that one there's getting strange. Hey, take a left turn, take a right turn. These type things going on here, here, and here. But they're all going out in a fan from the center here. These are chem bombs. I've been telling you guys about these for years. You have another deployment here. Or do you always see the 10 stars? What is Captain America coming to the rescue? Yeah, Megatard, here he comes to the rescue. Doo-doo. Or, wait a minute, is that the Q symbol, or is that the skeleton? Is it the gray alien, or is it the chem bomb would be your most likely explanation? The artillery method, the balloon method combined. Plumes of different colors here to here. It's absolute disgust. I had no other word for it, but you know what other word I have for it? That shit's just fucking wrong. Absolutely wrong. I'll ask you guys for a sound check, please. I'm using a set of headphones today. I've not been happy with the microphone. Yeah, so I made an adjustment. Look at the color of this. This is not puffy white. Is there a forest fire out there in the middle of the ocean? Or is this the scorched earth policy right before our eyes? Look that up. Scorched earth policy. Mm-hmm. There's your hallmark. Wow. Is that a fire there? Oops, no, we will not be doing that. I'm going to take a quick peek at something. Because I'm seeing something, I have to have an answer. I don't want to be wondering. I say, is there a fire there? Has any ignition points been reported for anything out here? I know there has been out west. Oh my God. This is today's data. Takes a while to load, so make it. Oh my God. Look how gritty this is. Come on. A Terminator dog could do that. Look, you want to see something? Yeah, I'll show you something. Look at this. I could make one of these. It costs about $5 grand. Terminator flamethrower dog robot. Watch this. Yeah, I tell you, this is horrendous. Look at this thing. Fill it up with your mix. And you just put it up with a can. And if you GPS coordinate this thing, will walk along a forest floor where you're not allowed to go to a forest anymore in some places, and burn you with pinpoint accuracy. So while you're always blaming a laser jet, well, that's a locator color, Jake, so it can go see in the dark, and then it's going to do its dirty work. It goes along, and I think they were designed to backburn when policies won't let you. But you want to talk about a scorched earth policy? How about that coming in towards the sovereign person's house? Hi. Or, I got a different kind of dog to print in my porch. Oh my gosh, this is almost spooky to look. I'm going to go full screen on this a moment. And then 4, 3, 2, 1. Fun. Now it's fun. and then they became death, the destroyer of worlds. What do you think it is? Do you think this is passable? The GPS Pro, that has a 02 on it. Where's the other one? Yeah, this is the Terminator, a flamethrower dog. It's jumping up and down with happiness. I'd hate to see it. Maybe a grenade comes out its ass. I have no idea. All I know is, but I don't know. There's a strange part of me wants one of these. I don't know why. I know why, because I want one. Over sitting on a front porch. It's more viable than telling me it's a jet. All I know is the possibility to use very accurate GPS to burn you out is possible. So just look up robot dog with flame. You find these things yourself. Be expecting links for everything from people. You acting like a bunch of Lancelot's links. See the geometry, how far apart these are spread and how equal it is. You could make yourself a rudimentary measuring device and go measure these apart. You'll see what I'm talking about. I call these the dodgy distances. Now, did they occur during the day? Yes, almost all those fires were during the day. See? That was a daytime burn. Terminator, man. Oh, they've got it. They've also got a drone that'll do that too, man. Fly along and whammo! Yeah, how would you like to have one of them, Mark? I just saw him go right. He's a great guy. Yeah, look what they're doing to our hairy friends out here. It's just fucking disgusting. They're burning them out. The ones in the middle ain't got nowhere to go. You ever see a fire burn along straight lines like this? Unless it's a plan. Is it wildfire or is somebody going wild? They only cost $5K to have that. There's plausible deniability. Oh my, I didn't know I was going to be doing this part of this. Oh God, this national park. Oh, it's curving like a road, look. Oh my God, I'm going to have to turn that part off. This is just too lower and get this sight from my eye. So yeah, there's smoke in the air. It seems to be streaming west and not east. Oh fuck. Now, I'm just going to go to the Fort Case Park before I bust out. This is the part of watching the geoengineering that bothers me. And that is geoengineering. It's changing the land. It's putting chemicals that are burning in the sky. This is my ease. I'm just going to let this roll a minute. As we get through the weekend for you guys down here, Melbourne, you're really the only ones I'm seeing having any major action. So right here, it puts you at about, and let me read you my notes for you guys, because isn't it horrendous? It's okay to type angry symbols on my lives, you know. It's bad that they're doing that. Makes me angry. I want to type angry symbols myself on here. I do. It fucking makes me mad. I want to cry. I want to be angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. That's me doing that. Because we're going to teach this computer that when we're angry, we're happy, we're happy. And we're going to tell me there's some algorithm that prove it, that keeps my stuff from being seen. Nah, you know what gets me shut up in? The words that come out of my mouth that tell you that we're being fucked, we're being owned. They're lying to you about the weather, they're lying about the geoengineers, they're land grabbing your ass for something known as Agenda 2030, or 2040. Agenda 2045, smart city development. It's not just Clara smart cities. They figured that out. I had to hand some of the contracts off to other people. You got homework to do. Look for the master plan. Wasn't that word been used before? Oh, but they had Nuremberg. That never could happen again. Mengele's doctors that work with him could never have gotten out and worked for Bayer. No, never. No, heads of propaganda could have never gone on to head the CIA. Never. Operation Paperclip, look it up. I'm nuts. I'm nearly full on Tourette's right now. Seeing those fires and thinking of my hairy friends and harm coming to them, it makes me very angry. Yep. Hey, Melbourne, you see, could they have timed it any better? How? Let's catch you during the event, and then let's catch you on your way home. But make sure you spend plenty of money and buy the gasoline in this city. Hey, let's make it special so we can search you guys. Why don't y'all, everybody put on a burqa? Man, woman, everybody. Go ahead, now, facial recognition be, motherfucker. You want fair? And when I walk down there, everybody gonna be wearing it. How dare you check me? You must identify me as this. You want to use their rules against them? Let's fuck them with them. Oh, Greg Brady, those were your exact words. Yeah, a lot of rain for that. I better let Tazzy on the screen now because there's a starting of your pretty much event. Wet, 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 wet. Wind, 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 wind. It's gonna get windy in quite a few spots on your second event. So I'll read you my notes. On the first event, that was New Zealand. We go to yours. Hi. If I could find you. What the fuck is Shane? Don't lose your forecast. Oh, well, now there's no forecast for you guys. I pretty much got it on my head, but I'm looking for my notes because there was a lot of homework to do. The way I had it written down before was it's going to get wet down here. You're looking clean and green going up towards in Brisbane and in Sydney and in Newcastle area, looking all right. It's really Melbourne's getting the bats of the weather wars, and they definitely got their air toxified. Someone came over and they boom, boom, plumed your asses with God only knows what. I've never ever found desiccated human blood cells myself. I picked up round things that have been determined to be fire retardant. They probably got steamed into the wind when they dropped it. But aluminum, barium, strontium always turn up. Various radioactive materials turn up from time to time, which is a bit disturbing. Things that can, bicarbonates and stuff that react real funny when they're heated up to the temperatures of exhaust. Yeah, I'm trying to, I had it all written down. That sucks, man, when that happens. Yeah, man. I keep notes now because as you get older, you need them. Come on, where is this one? One of us sits. I'll do it off my top of my head. You got an event that is going to be impacting the Capricorn coast that I'm going to go to now because that's important to know about. Somebody might have saw a graphic this morning that I put up. I was trying to determine how much water is coming between Rocky and Bundy. Now it looks like Agnes is going to catch a batch coming. A fair few centimeters. Yeah, because right on that dip down line. It used to be your storm line was about 1016 and 1014, but this one here coming in at a high pressure storm like this is a bit odd. The only thing that's going to do that is temperature differences in chem. So that's telling me you're going to have a cold tongue of air come up in here to help naturally fuel that and to just create the corridors of flow, and like has occurred here. And these lines that come out to sea through here. That radar's half on. Yo, we always have the half moon. Half moon. Oh my, you got more zigzags out here than zipper. Oh my, look at this cam. Look at the frying over Kuna Brand over here. Hanna-Barbera's been to town, doodah. Golly, look at the fryer he's on. Bzzz, bzzz, getting fried, Stray style. Oh my. Master Bateman's Bay. They're playing with you. Look at the chem bombs over. Look, Dula over here. Holy mother of pearl. Wow. Isn't that horrendous? Will they drop a bounty bar? Is everything always this rectangular? Wow, that looks horrendous. Let me turn some of these lines off. We can see what we... Hey, we can see a little more, you know. Oh yeah, we got big squares and such as out here. That ain't naturally occurred. Weatherman, why you lying to people? Don't you know if you're lying, you're dying? Right, nobody ever taught you that. If you're lying, you're dying. And don't you lie to me, motherfuckies. You gotta learn that one yet. And see the hexagonal lines to this stuff here? That's frequency. All pointing at this one spot. Where they're mole worm. You got a radar right about here. I'd say so. Directional change of the amplitude right here is all pointing at this one spot. Can we catch what road it's at? Won't be the first thing. Oh, we're here. Over here at Moloch. The Moloch Health Center. Yeah. You kiss the feet of Jabba Memnon, you may come through the door. Golly, you got fried. Let me just go back to this. I had to raise my vibe a little bit because that's troubling. Right, I wanted to see what was out here by Bundy. Nothing. Nothing but these light lines of frequency, these little tickles in the microwave popcorn, giving me an outflow, and I get just a little bit. Not enough to do many determinants. Only big flows can do determinants on this right now. One big flows that way. And I did that map earlier. Isn't that handy? Yep. But will I pull it all up? No. I just could redo it. I think it was this one. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, I did it. I did the full markups on this. Okay, so I'll do something there and explain a few things about this. We'll give you a quick squiggles on this. Like I said, all Melbourne's the only one. You're clean and green, and you got an event that's calm it later on in the week. There's some big pulses coming from a ship out here. You're just like a speaker, boom, 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 boom. You like bass notes, you can end up pulsing. Big, huge waveforms all across the ocean. So they sent one down this side, they sent one down this side. They all boil back to one device, and then it spiked off like this. Usually you get a really wide trough. Like the distance between here and here would be very low frequency to create such a gap. But gaps like that create the thermals or the roll clouds needed, because some of these clouds might be rolling like, oh, freaking, what's the word for it? Let me change colors. Swiss roll. Yeah, like all Swiss roll. And you see you got up in the sky, there's a vehicle there. It's kind of obvious because everything's pointing at it like a pinwheel, right? But it did a big chem bomb off your coast. We did have a good look at that one. I had a good look at that what the fuck off your coast here. But it showed me all your flow corridors of this storm coming in are here. So that's going to get cold, right? You see the dividing line here? Cold. Sends a tongue of air. It's pinched. It has to come up through there. So that's the only way you can fuel what's going to happen up here. And that big chem bomb there, I'd almost ask whether there had been a rocket launch, because I've seen those before when there's rockets with boosters in and that separate. Like I look for real explanations first before I go to Megatardia, where my head very often lives. Yes, Megatardia. And that's what we was looking at there. Okay? And that's the geoengineering involved that's leading to this event. It's going to lead to some decent totals for these folks over the next few days. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired of them spraying our skies. Tired of watching them getting fried all the time. I'm tired. Yeah, see the pop-ups there? May beautiful blessed water cleanse and nurture the things of the land that need it along the beautiful Capricorn coast. May the ferns fern and the palms frond. And may the geoengineers go to hell that have done these things and burning you out, chemming you out, raining you out, and dissing your ease. I'm not going to get into the second event too much. I had it all mapped out. There is a fair event coming. It is. I think it was right through here. This is event 2. It's going to start. I wish I had my notes written down. I'll give you the long term right now. I'm going to find it. It's a shame that I have to do stuff like this and I'll lose it. Come on. Here's the notes from that hurricane. Roll. It's rolling. You see what's happening? It's rolling. But I might be in disagreement with some of this. It'll be around here. That's it. I'm going to treat important things like they're important more. Yeah, we'll change the graphics after I do all my determinants. Alright. Right, here it is. September 5th through the 9th is Sydney's event. So starting over here, the 5th through the 9th. The time it's going to start is about 11 a.m. in the morning on the 5th. So again, if you got a weekend thing planned over there at Sydney, dress appropriately. It's going to get wet. Right? Sydney south towards the Gong is really where most of everything is going to hit. It's down in through here. I'm expecting about 8 centimeters easy for around the whole area. It's some of the higher locations where the EMF kind of crushes the cam under each other. Let that move. And look at about 5 centimeters coming on the quicks for the gong around here. So we'll have more better totals for you by then. But that's really what I see going in there. They've got a really good flow boundary that's been set up for that. That's going to be hard for them to pass. So I'm expecting certain radars to do certain things, and my mouse to find my hand. Just fell on the ground. Okay. Hey, that's better. Hi. Task manager. Yeah. Manage yourself off my freaking thing. Right. Accumulations for that they're saying now. And I've already told you. Let's see. What's 5 o'clock your time is? Would be about my time, with some fair totals to be expected. Like I said, it's on this side, the flow line of this here. It's going to take a lot of EMF down here for this event to pin everything in this direction here. So there's a fair amount of water coming your way during this second event. Okay, but that's nothing to be worried about now. You shouldn't be worried about anything. Raindrops will be falling on your head. Ain't nothing you're going to be able to do that. It ain't like you're going to be dead from it. Well, maybe if you put too much acids in the rains. You see, the second event here is fair, and their totals are a bit low. I'm seeing. And you're getting honest. I'm just curious. I like to see if there's any honesty left in this world. That was not enough days. Hi. Wet for Agnes, man. It's getting fair. I was thinking 5 centimeters or so around here. So watch yourself in these tributaries. You don't want to be in a tent in a low-lying area. Well, unless you just lie or sleep in a kayak or something. I don't know what else to tell you. It's going to get windy. Again, during this second event, I'm expecting some. Let me show you the accumulated winds. It's easier. This down south is going to be quite harsh through some of these areas in here. On this second one. So that second event through here, you're going to be watching your travels. And it looks like the Bruce has got the least gusty winds. But down here south of Ulladulla, you want to be very careful during this event with your high-sided vehicles. So that needs to be known. All right, because I don't want to hear about anybody doing something stupid like getting killed. Yeah. No, unless we get to watch it happen. I mean, really, sometimes that's fun to watch. Can we pick who happens to? With Cindy looking all clear, Brizzy looking all clear. Perth, I don't know if you have anything going on. I ain't seen but you deserve a fair luck. They've just never been there, so I don't know your lay of your land. See, during that times too, you guys got the wets coming. It seems like they're pairing them out. When you hit this side, you get that side. Then you get a gap, then you get a batch. And you get a gap, then you get a batch. It's almost like they're swelling the dreams to kill the streams, kill the dreams. And so during those days, too, that's quite some wets over here. That's about 5 to 7. Yeah, but over the next few days, isn't that nice to see? Ain't that nice to see? Nah. As you get up through the weekend, the fuckery is afoot. And that's your forecast. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Keep an eye on the skies. They're ours. Don't be so pig-headed that you won't look at every opportunity to be honest to yourself. And to tell me it's always the jet planes doing these terrible, terrible fires when I can clearly show you something that they never would have let Gen X know existed. Because I don't think, I just think that would be a bad idea. Yeah, but look at that. They just pour something in that tank and away it goes. So it's not always a Lockheed Martin jet that you're blaming. I think sometimes something that's in private hands will do private things. And well, it's time for us to think about what private needs to be exposed. Big luck, people. It's time to pull the mask off and reveal what Scooby-Doo would at the end, right? It's time to Scooby-Doo this shit. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, our sky looks screwed. That is all. Big love, peace. Let's have a train wreck.